Right, Honorable
when we gazette the rules.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Nambooze.
Rule 8 provides for situations that are not provided for.
Not questions, Honorable.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the procedural matter I want to raise is that 2 of your MPs, Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Nambooze, just let me first make it clear. Rule 8 provides for procedure not provided for, not questions. Kindly.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the matter I'm going to raise, I've been trying to look for it under our rules, and it was not provided for, and I thought that under Rule 8, Right, Honorable Speaker, you have general powers on issues that are not specifically provided for under our rules of procedure. Right, Honorable Speaker, 2 of your MPs, that is Honorable Mwadanku Nyingi of Chadondo East, and the Honorable Derek Nyeko of Machindye, are being held Right, Honorable Speaker, since yesterday. Right, Honorable Speaker, yesterday I was part of a public meeting in the by-election campaigns of Kawempe North, Right, Honorable Speaker, as a member of NUP. In that meeting, Mr. Speaker, I was with Honorable Abdallah Chwanka, who was dressed in a red attire, Right, Honorable Speaker. Soon after the meeting, Right, Honorable Speaker, Right, Honorable Abdallah Chwanka was arrested, and eventually he was released on bond. And when I read the police form, the bond form, the offense that was provided for on that bond form was that he had been charged of an offense related to a uniform. And the Right, Honorable Speaker, even the 2 MPs now who are being held by police were also arrested in similar circumstances, Right, Honorable Speaker. The procedural matter I want to raise, Right, Honorable Speaker, because you are charged with the welfare of your MPs, and of course, what happens to our MPs, even in some circumstances, also happen to our constituents, Right, Honorable Speaker. And I don't know, as a well procedure, if the government has informed this House, all authority, all under any written law, that a red attire is now a uniform of a certain organization or a board of government that is supposed to be held in a preserve for them, and once you are arrested, dressed in it, you are aligned before court, or you are held for several hours in detention. Some people have been beaten. Right, Honorable Speaker, I raise this because these are people who should be here representing their constituents. But now they are being held by police just because they were found putting on a red attire. To my understanding, and the best of my understanding, the uniform of the National Unity Platform Party. Thank you, Right, Honorable Speaker. And I want you to guide us, Mr. Speaker, that maybe you would call here the minister in charge of the defense to educate the country through this House on what constitutes a uniform of UPDF, so that we can also tell our people and also update ourselves as members of Parliament so that we don't break the law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You raised the matter to do with our members, so I decided to be lenient. Yeah, and indeed I found can be in line with the rules. Rule 78(1)(a) on no privilege, on point of privilege. So it would, but now I hadn't gotten that information. I'm sorry, I've been off phone for some time. I don't know on the side of government. Does anyone know the status of the matter as of now? Yeah. Please, Rob. If one from the government side can question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to congratulate you on the achievement you got. And when I meet you along the roads, don't fear me calling you President, sir, with that achievement. And our Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank Hon.Betty and the Hon.Betty Nambooze. With all the achievements our faces outside where we are getting achievements, we are looking ugly. And that one deters attraction of tourists and good reception by other countries. What is happening in Kawempe is very disturbing. And Mr. Speaker, there is no reason, even if you go to let members, we meet together, those of NRM and us in the opposition. We talk as friends. And we have been meeting on the road as they go for their campaigns, also go for our campaigns. But arresting members, first beating them, you take them for no sufficient cause is not proper. The biggest question here, Mr. Speaker, is the Electoral Commission still in control of these elections, by-election. The fourth arm is beaten left and right. Yesterday, I saw a video where the policeman, the judge, was asking the fourth arm, the fourth arm to remove what they had recorded. Why do you come to attack people? Why do you arrest members when you have covered your faces? It is factual that if you're a policeman or you're a soldier and you hide your face, that means you are fearing to show your face. And what you are doing is illegal. Mr. Speaker, I think we want to ask Electoral Commission to prevail over the by-election in Kawempe. If so, that we don't need this by-election, they can stop them and declare somebody other than killing innocent citizens. Women are not supposed to be arrested by men at any cost. Women are supposed to be arrested by women. And Mr. Speaker, what is challenging? These people giving up when they see soldiers. They raise their hands. In the military law, once someone puts his hands up, you just arrest and take other than beating them. So, Mr. Speaker, my last prayer is, are we, as Electoral Commission, just Ababaka, in the control of these elections? Because whenever elections become very rowdy and they have, because I'm so happy with the NRM candidate, she's also complaining about the same. We are competing with National Unity Platform. We are competing with FDC. But why do you beat these people you are competing with? It makes us look ugly. And Mr. Speaker, my prayer is, can we know from ministry? Last week, Hon.Betty was sitting in as the government prime minister. He promised to go and see a journalist who is losing his eyes because of the work he was doing under the law. Under the law. So, Mr. Speaker, I think what numbers are stated and the Honorable Betex is very pertinent, plus what I'm saying. And the other Ugandans, yesterday they arrested about 26 with the MPs. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I looked at Mugabe when he was the president of Ghana, 39 years. Whenever members of the opposition were rioting with the members of parliament, police would arrest them without beating them. They say, do this, please, can you go and we do this? But what is happening here? Nobody, we have the Anti-Torture Act. But torture...
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Saungu. You know, some of the things I see and I ask myself, what's wrong? Who provoked this? And sometimes, I think these are people who even are against the state. I don't think, like that journalist whom I saw being operated in the eye, I don't think the person who did it loves his government. Because they are destroying the image of the government. Some overzealous people. I really ask myself, what would provoke you to get a journalist and you hit them? I saw pictures which my eyes couldn't tolerate. And so, Hon.Betty, are you? Let's first get a response. I will allow you. But as Hon.Betty comes, Honorable colleagues, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have a delegation of students and lecturers from Bishop Stewart University in Mbara District. They are represented by Honorable Mwinempaka Ramirama and Honorable Atkwasa Rita. They've come to observe proceedings of this house. Please join me, Honorable colleagues, in welcoming them. You can stand up for recognition. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, we also have a delegation of leaders of Chiboga Women's Circle from Chiboga District. They are represented by Honorable Kaya Christine, Honorable Kefa Kiwanuka, and Honorable Mutumba Abdul. They've also come to observe proceedings of this house. Please join me in welcoming them. Thank you. Hon.Betty, Acting Government Chief Whip.
Mr. Speaker, I want first of all congratulate you upon assuming that presidency of SCPU, and also to say that the commitment you have made before this House that you will follow up on some of the issues using parliamentary diplomacy is a commitment that government supports, and particularly on the issues of trade. We have two issues that we have been engaged in with the European Union. One is one of the rules that you have outlined referring to deforestation. It is true that we should protect the environment, and also this new rule that requires us to register the farmers of coffee so that we ensure that they are not planting in areas where there's been deforestation is a welcome idea, because it reinforces also traceability on the side of EU and climate change initiatives. But we'd also like you to promote the point of us, European Union, allowing value addition, importing coffee that has already been added on value. Because as we speak, we export coffee which has no value, and then it's processed in Italy and re-exported in Uganda. So we are suggesting to them that let's don't import coffee that has not that does not have value addition, and therefore that should be one of the issues that you should help government to achieve. But the trade between Europe and Africa is growing, and therefore we expect that the organization will also help us. On the issue of violence in elections, last week, Mr. Speaker, you are not here. We committed, first and foremost, we sent our sympathies and apologies for what happened to the journalists. And today I was speaking to the members of the family together with the MP for Wakiso. And from here, I'm also going there to check on them on behalf of government. We stated last week that there is no state-sponsored violence in these elections, that the state has not sanctioned this, and people who are doing it, harming people in elections, should be brought to book. And we requested the Minister of Internal Affairs to follow up on this issue. So we are doing what we can as government to ensure that people enjoy the freedom ushered in by the National Resistance Movement. They elect their leaders in a free environment, and therefore we shall continue to guard against this violence so that people can elect their leaders in a free and fair environment. This is our commitment, and the Minister of Internal Affairs will come to this House and update the House on what is happening. Thank you. On the issue of uniform, the honorable member has requested that the Minister for Defense should come and clarify, but also we are making a proposal on the UPDF Amendment Act, and I think that will be another opportunity to clarify what kind of uniform we are talking about. You have requested some communication from government. At the moment, as we said last week, at the moment, and I think we sort of agreed on this, Mr. Speaker, as a House, that when a member is raising some issues and you get the facts, and then government receive the facts, we should look into them so that we have a proper response to this. The facts that Honorable Nambooze are raising and the allegations should be looked into and then attended to. That's a commitment we can give at this particular moment. Thank you.
Honorable Bahat, when do you think we could have this statement? Because I know all the submissions will be expounding on the complaints. You know? So when do you think we can have this?
Thursday this week.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, honorable colleagues, can I request that we wait for Thursday? They bring a statement, and then we give it time. Okay? Honorable Kupa, it will be more helpful. Once you have a statement, okay, it becomes It's a new issue, Honorable Cooper.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I thought this would have come to an end. This is not the first time we are holding the by-elections. When we lost our colleague, the late Bishop Okabe, you remember we had a by-election in Serere, where we ended up returning his son here. I was with Honorable Amero Susan in the campaign. I was arrested. I spent a night in the police cells from 4 a.m. up to 4 a.m. Up to date, I have not seen any charge. No one has given an explanation. And I thought, someone would make an explanation. These matters were raised, but nothing. No response. I hope on Thursday, when the minister is coming, he will be able to provide an explanation as to what was the reason for my arrest. But I want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and the Speaker, for those who reached out to me. Electoral Commission tried at that time in vain. I could not get out. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I think this should really stop. This really must stop. We were picked from a church where we're giving the appointment letters to the agents. And Honorable Echero there knows. So, Right Honorable Speaker, it is something which spoils the name, not just the name of the government, but the name of the country. And when we travel, what do you expect us when we ask this question? But because we love our country, we are forced to defend our country. But when it comes to this, it's painful when it happens. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Now, Honorable Cooper, you want people to come here to explain what happened to you. You want them to complete investigations and take you back. Eh? I think yourself and your investigation is still going on. Eh? They might declare they are completed and then tomorrow you're taken. Eh? But it should be, we should have a general explanation just beyond Kawempe. Because this is what I saw for the journalists. It looked really ugly. It looked ugly. Honorable Commissioner, give a chance to the
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and the President. Of course, of the SCP, because if I simply call you President, then it could be...
Always learn to qualify your statement.
Yeah, sure.
You don't call.
Yes, Mr. President, sir, and Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm not trying to impeach your guidance on the statement of Thursday, but I think we are leaders in this country, and we should be well educated as to where we are. And I saw my very honorable brother, the Honorable Ababaka, very constrained to no end, trying to hazard an explanation. Right Honorable Speaker, from the last election, those who committed crimes against citizens have never been brought to book, including the gentleman who shot a journalist, Kasirye Ashraf. He's well known, well documented. Kasirye is exiled in the US. The gentleman who shot him was promoted. So we have to speak to ourselves, probably put a big mirror in our faces and agree as to what we are dealing with. I'm very sure the minister will come and make the usual statements. The Kawempe by-election is a rehearsal of hard times ahead of us. And I pray I will be around, Right Honorable Speaker, to remind this House and the honorable members acquainting with violence and state violence, that it will not help anybody. So whatever comes on Thursday, there's no rational explanation as to the presence of the military in a by-election. Right Honorable Speaker, I pray that if we maintain UPDF representation in Parliament, we amend the law, and the army votes their MPs from whatever they are in their barracks, and then we see the kind of democracy they exercise. So there's an explanation, and I want to invite this House Honourable Speaker, with your guidance, that the commitment should not just be about the minister. We need to understand as a people what we are dealing with. We are dealing with an actual commission that is disempowered. They can do nothing. My brother here, Okupa, could be frog-marched. You'll be frog-marched. You'll be beaten. You'll be disabled. The pretense must stop. If we are intentional on building a democracy, we must speak to what we are dealing with. If you don't want elections, do away with them and rule by martial law. So there's no pretense about statements. It's simply illegality, it's simply impunity, it's been incubated, it's been accepted, and people think it's the norm. As long as you have power, you are powerful, you can get away with murder. People have gotten away with murder. In fact, murder rewards with promotion. Right, Honourable Speaker. You ordered for the minister to come and make a statement on missing Ugandans. The days passed. It's normal. So what about beating some heads in Kawempe out of their wits? You know, break a few skulls and the day passes. It's become normal. And the House of Parliament, that's supposed to be the firewall of the country, is looking on and lamenting. So, Right Honourable Speaker, I am not waiting for the Thursday statement because I know it's business as usual. They will look at you. In fact, they think they will even sneer at the Speaker. The Speaker will do nothing unless all of us, from both sides of the aisle, say, stop this is our country. We shall have ourselves to blame, I'm afraid. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Now, honourable colleagues, this would fit into the debate of Thursday when the statement comes. Let's first get it. Yeah, because you see, our rule 8 on anticipation doesn't allow me to say a minister is going to bring a statement which doesn't satisfy. No, we should first receive the statement, we look at it, and honourable colleagues, there was a mention of our 2 colleagues who are arrested, who are in jail. So I'm going to follow up immediately after here to know their status, and then tomorrow I will update you. Okay, colleagues, we really have another paper to go to. Honourable Christine Kaya, matters of national importance. I'm sorry, I know, but let's go back on schedule.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. And Right Honourable Speaker, thank you for hosting our women from Chivoga Women's Circle, a circle of over 600 women covering the entire district. Thank you for hosting them. Right Honourable Speaker, I have a matter of national importance. In November, sat with the Association of taxi drivers, and they cited a challenge with motor vehicles called drones, Toyota drones, especially from Japan, that these vehicles break a